It's Melody. Melody on CT 1051.
When I told you earlier to let me know on social media at CT1051 on Twitter and on WhatsApp 0909-916-4403. If you've got any question for the legend Sound Sultan, is actually right here with me. How are you doing, Sound Sultan?
I'm very good. Wonderful,
Okay.
wonderful.
Okay, so nice to be having this conversation with you. And that song that I just played is off your body of work, Eighth Wonder.
Yes.
You dropped that earlier this year.
Yes, most definitely.
Mhm.
Dropped it right in the thick of the pandemic. Because I felt like people be at home, people be, they have more time on their hands to listen to stuff and just, and I think most of the songs on the album could be like a soundtrack to what was going on then, and just make people reflect. So I felt like, yeah.
But was that intentional?
Most well, when you say intentional, it wasn't premeditated.
Of course.
But yes, intentional because of I just realized that regardless of what was going on, people couldn't gather in places. Most of those songs would not even be played in the club anyway. So
yeah, but as an artist, you've been doing this for years. I think you said to this year you're going to be 20 years in the industry.
Yeah, football age.
Oh, that's not the original age.
Let's just say, well, I know why I'm saying football age. That's when
people start, messing with your sound. But before then, you've been doing music.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
I was really a very lucky newcomer. It was my first single that was mathematics, so it wasn't like I was doing, but I was performing on stages and doing stuff. So that's why I said.
Okay. So of course, like you said before, the album that you dropped this year, you dropped it because you were of the opinion that people are going to be in the house, which you've actually been in the house, and how has the reception been?
Wonderful. I mean, it was been great. In fact, when I did my virtual, I was the first person to do a virtual listening party. Yes, very first, because nobody had the balls to drop the album. Everybody was looking at me like, "What do you want to drop the album?" I'm like, "Don't worry." And we had like 9,000 people. It was really good. That was the first time during the pandemic, to test the waters on how people respond to a virtual listening. We had Peruzzi perform. We had Faust the Bad Guy perform as well, Shay. So it was really a nice one. Ever since, people have been messing with the sound.
Okay, so as a veteran, you dropped a body of work, The Eighth Wonder, and you collaborated with Peruzzi, and like you said, he was part of the people who performed the virtual listening that you did.
Yes, so
why? How did you decide to? How did you decide what artists to collaborate with?
Yeah,
in 2020,
it varies. The way you work varies because sometimes you plan, sometimes it's freestyle, sometimes it happens. There are so many ways. People might lie to sugarcoat it to make it look all arranged. But sometimes you just meet somewhere. Sometimes you both hear a beat, and then nobody wants to let go of the beat. And then both of them just, share parenting of the beat and all that. So, yeah, it happens like. But Peruzzi's one was like, once we met, we just knew we had to do something together. As good songwriters, I was like, man, let's do something, and that was it. Faust the Bad Guy, we had wanted to do some things together, but back and forth. But he was the one that like, yo, bros, this clip you just posted in your story, what song is that? I'm like, it's a new song I've done. It's like, I want to be on this one. Yeah.
So he chose that one.
Yeah, I want to be on this one.
So and that's how that one. That's how that one came alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then the other one with Wizkid and Tubaba. I was in this makeshift studio in the hotel with Wiz, and we're about to chop it up. Next thing, door opens, Tiwa Savage walks in, Tubaba, I'm like, okay. Tubaba was like, we can't jump on that play. And I, Chris, no one, okay, that's how Tubaba jumped on it as well. So sometimes these things are just walk into you, it just happens, Well, so yeah, Johnny Drill's own was more like I wrote that song Motherland with the intention of having it done as a country music. Yes, back in the days. So, but that's how I do it. And then when I get inspiration from a Western influence, I now bring it and break it down to my people because I want to sell. that kind of thing. So one day, not too long ago, I now was at a function and I heard John Dewey perform.
Yeah.
And I said, no, this guy just
It's amazing.
grew the balls to do all what I couldn't do with Motherland then.
Yeah.
You know, like, okay, that means I will go back to the blueprint and then we'll do it together. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
So as I just, my pro team was like, but yes, let's go. So we do it. Then I have all the songs on there, Outdoor featuring Tenny, Mr. Real, Olumente. That we're in Ghana for an award show. I was in my studio, makeshift studio with TY Mix. You know, we're just all there chopping it up, and then some major songs came out of that.
So while talking about your body of work, that's the Eighth Wonder.
Yes,
you
sir.
mentioned Peruzzi. You spoke about his songwriting and how both of you came together to work on that song together because of his songwriting and your songwriting skill and everything. So in 2020 in Nigeria, you know that when we have this songwriting conversation in Nigeria, usually fans are not very receptive, of artists using songwriters. They always why there's still some type of shame attached to artists using songwriters. What do you think about that?
It's like you saying,
as a veteran, what do you think?
I feel like people do not understand what the business is. The music business is all encompassing. It doesn't have to do with one thing that you know how to do. What makes you tick, you can always use that as a leverage, but don't ever think for once that you can stand alone or succeed alone. So everybody needs to come together and treat that artist like a product and make sure that whatever can be done to harness the person's potentials to get the desired result should be done. So it's whether in our songwriting, whether in our sabi dress, whether everybody has to quarterback for him and make sure that the desired, like I said, desired result is achieved. And then they all make money and everybody break bread. Yeah. But nowadays you want to do that's why I've had a lot of problems with artists that I write songs for. I never even That's why you don't get to know anything, because I don't say I write songs for people, because I'm more of a ghostwriter. I don't want people to say, Sultan, a songwriter. No. So you don't even get to know what song I wrote. But then again, when I sign a contract with you, I believe that, I've sworn to secrecy, and what you have to do is just make sure you do your own part. But then artists try to be smart and all that, So Nigerians, it's a two-way thing. When you see people not wanting to, indulge or ask for people to write their songs, it's because they know that they would want to bad the person maybe. So it's better let everybody do on their side, because Nigeria sometimes there's no law now. There's no law. By the time you go court, you're gonna say you go tired. So that's why jungle justice sometimes when people, when you see them, they beat them or they seize one car or one thing. That's because somebody has breached the contract clause. So
okay. So like you mentioned, you spoke about Nigeria back in 2012. You actually you were made a UN ambassador for peace, and because of your lifestyle and your music and everything. Speaking about that position and just speaking about peace generally in the world and in Nigeria, what do you have to say about everything that we've been going through in the country in 2020?
Yeah, peace is relative,
Yeah.
Very relative. When someone says there's no peace, there can never be peace when there's no justice. And people need to know how to uphold the law. Nigeria is a very scattered system. I must say that people do not understand even when they are doing the wrong thing. We all point accusing fingers here and there, but individually we are the embodiment of indiscipline. So sometimes when I look at Nigerians, we don't know that we are the problem. We think the government is the problem, but we are the problem.
So do you think the government is not the problem?
Did I say the government is not the problem?
No.
I say we think the government is the problem, but we are the problem. Do you know that we are the government? Okay, you don't know. Now, we go outside, peacefully protest. Who then use against us? We. Not be that bullet that stop us. Now the we. the ones who go to rob ourselves for shop where somebody don't collect loan. Do you know that somebody, a friend of mine, a father died when he from the shock, the loan that he collected for to get his shop where it was to date. He just got there and he was already overlooted. Except the guy just fainted, and from there he passed on. And then you're telling me, did the government don't chop the money since all these years, but he never died. Instead the gara. But you do instant killing by just looting in this thing, and then they blame government. Then that family go blame government past the looters. You understand what I'm saying? Like government, you know, say we need to blame government too. Me, you know me right from time. I'm not saying government, but I don't like hypocrisy. I don't like more. Just that's how we live our life every day. Just the waka they go, they blame government. This government, he pass one way, 2 lanes for one way. This government, you be idiot. You be big fool. If you don't know, say everybody must change. The government must, before the government can't use the people against the people. Those other people will then use against the people. If they change, all of us will look down like this. Yeah, we think more see American wonder where we want perform now. You don't understand? But no, hypocrisy too much. It's too much. I see the Nigeria formation as a trinity. Nigeria, the motherland. Nigeria, the people. Nigeria, the leaders. The one who don't feel us past Nigeria, the people. And I will explain. 30 years ago, 20 years ago, Nigeria, the people who did here, they don't enter this government too. And they complain that year. They no complain. When this minute fraction of the population, we call the leaders, when it reach time now, they go give you rights, you go still sell your future. You can't complain after again. You don't understand. So sometimes when you look at the whole situation, you need to be a bit objective when you're trying to deduce something out of the whole madness. And then you realize that the people have been so comfortable to be armchair critics for over how many years, and then you criticize, but when you get to your position to act right, you don't. They say little drops of water make a mighty ocean, Abi. Little things where all of us they do, now they spoil this country. That's all.
So someone sent in a question on WhatsApp. This person is saying, "Good morning, Melody. My name is Nonso. I want to know where our ninja has been all this while. I thank God it's great to have him back because he knows how to give it to our government. Baba Jagbajansis is still in our head, though."
Listen. Giving it to government is not a problem. I have when I sang 2010, I know what I was singing. You know, only you, the people, collectively. That's what. How many people they don't freeze their account, do this one, that. You understand? But collectively, when they say we don't have a leader, then they try to find leader for them, so that they go normal now. But my brother, my sisters, let us all have a change of mind, reorientate ourselves on how to live like human beings. Simple. How to live like human beings. When there is something, just be patient. Don't be in a hurry. Like the way we did in a hurry. Now, because we know, see, government don't fail us over and over, serially. Like, people don't believe, say, there's no hope. Who I won't rely on as the government to say, okay, I don't graduate how many years, I don't get, I don't get jobs. So a lot of people have lost trust in the government and the system. And then now they kind of like, find a way out,
shortcut.
to not just shortcut, to survive in the system. And that, by so doing, they become selfish, they become overly smarter than the next man, want to be outsmart the person. Okay, it's all about you and your family, but along the line you're still doing yourself. Okay,
so you made reference to people losing hope in the government or in the system and trying to, survive in the system. How do you think we can fix this, from the people's angle? Because you said that aside from, speaking about the government failing us, as people, we've also failed ourselves. How can we fix the problem? What do you think we should do?
First and foremost, we understand that there are so many things that we would blame such unrest and looting and all those things for. Lack of education, lack of employment, and all these things, and massive unemployment, and just basically the standard of living for some people. The standard of living, when you get to some shanties and some places, you'll be surprised that they are still in this Nigeria or Lagos, a modern society like Lagos. So I tell a lot of people, you're living in Lekki in a high-rise place, you are as unsafe as the shanties surrounding you, are not sorted. So the thing is, we need to understand how to help as well. When you don't, anybody, do you know the funny thing? The funny thing? Like, I look at the system and I look at Nigerians, black people love to oppress the other people. We in fact, if we buy something, if you never see anybody we admire or call you a guy for them, go ever get the full satisfaction of that thing where you buy. I feel like we need to reach out to more people, and don't even make it look like you're doing. Don't make it all fancy.
Don't make noise about it.
Yes, we need to reach out as well. More all these companies as well need to find a way to do CSR. More things need to be done. Bring the other people up. You already know that they are being used, and they are only used, and only not annually now, only when they need them. So if you can reach out to them, if you can reach out to them every now and then, you sanitize their brains and let them be less vulnerable to all this,
sensitization.
Yeah. So for me, I just feel like we need to do more as human beings, understand ourselves more. Yes, we've been blessed with the diversity that became Nigeria.
Yeah.
And if we can understand each other more, we would be less divided. Trust me, there are so many things that unite us. So many things. So work on those things.
Okay. This is a conversation that I'm absolutely enjoying, but we're pressed for time. News is coming through by 12 o'clock. But I'm sorry, Sultan, I'm not going to let you go. You are not going anywhere because we just started this conversation. So stay right here. After news, we're going to talk more about, the country, talk about his music, his direction, what he's doing next. I'm so excited to be having this conversation. So I'm holding Sultan down for you. Keep sending those questions. After news, she's going to address every single one of them. I love the song. Sultan featuring Johnny Jewel. I did not see this collaboration coming, but guess what? Sounds amazing. My name is Melody. News is coming through. After news, Sultan is coming back to the studio to continue the conversation with me on City 1051.
It's Melody. Melody on City 1051.
The after news, of course, we're going to continue the conversation. He's right here with me in the studio. Don't forget to leave your questions on Twitter at City 1051 and on WhatsApp 0909 9164403. Ensure you send your questions right now because I can't hold him for too long. I've been holding him for for some minutes now. He has to leave pretty soon. So Sultan, that song, Ninja Hood Rap, of course, as usual, you and Tubaba were talking about the situation of everything happening in Nigeria. Like, how do you feel? Like, you've been doing music officially, like you said, your football age for 20 years. And, the things that you spoke about, the things you sang about years ago, still happening in 2020. Do you ever get tired of calling out injustice? Do you ever get tired of talking about, the issues affecting us as Nigerians? Sometimes we say, artists, use your voice, use your platform. Fans always say stuff like, we need you to use your platform. You've got followers, you've got people paying attention to you. We always require that of, artists from the fan angle. But also, we never think about the artists, especially the ones who have been doing this for years. Do you ever get to a mental state where you're just tired and you want to check out of doing that?
I tired, strained. I feel like sometimes the people that you represent need to fuel your consciousness and need to fuel and support to a certain level. But you see, Nigerians, I don't like giving them reality songs. When I want to sell my album and they put dance track there. Not true, because the reality song will come be like 80%, but on the dance track people go no. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, when you put the reality songs out there, it doesn't get that much following, and then you start to think, what's happening.
Mhm.
Why the degeneration of consciousness and all of that, and music, and they don't, it's like they don't want you to use music to remind them of the hardship or one thing. And this has always happened over the years. I'm telling you this, but categorically, trust me. Even gatekeepers of the entertainment information called music.
Yeah.
Some of them are always reluctant to even play music that has to do with burning bad people and all that. So we've been through all that, but I believe that my music and my collection and my catalog is worthy of reference even years after. So
Yes, it is.
I don't do now music. Sorry, Efe. I'm not talking about now music. I don't do music just because it's trending or it's raining or it's so man, that's why I've by God's grace I've been able to sustain my followers and sustain my listeners all over the years, because I'm not all over the place. I might be all over the place with the genre of music, but not the content and the core
message.
value. Yeah, so that's what I'm about. But then again, I think that's how it is. People know they like medicine and they bitter. Yeah, so the things that you need are not the things you really want. So I'm okay with that life. I'm okay with that. So I keep bringing out the message regardless.
Okay.
Those
So
who have let them
and you're not going to get tired.
No,
You're not gonna get
it's an
tired.
inexhaustible source of inspiration. But then again, I don't want to lay claim on naysaying or make being the person to always pass bad message. I want Nigeria to be better so that we can sing of the great Nigeria as well.
Yes.
When someone say, man, it's like you're a prophet. You said something, then don't they happen? I'm like,
I'm tired of being a prophet.
I'm not taking pride in all this. Some people are making sure that this song stay evergreen, and that's not good. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, so people are just there doing the same thing over and over again, making the songs relevant. By now, we're supposed to play some science songs where you're going to say,
thank God for lights.
Thank God. You know, I can't play 2010, they will say, come on, Sultan, that year where we know they get light, 9 Sultan sing this song. Off am, Nobody say they go still sing song where I sing for 10 years ago, they use them now. Half of that mine, maybe not the stream money they go sweet me, but the other part no go sweet me. Say we still talk the same old song,
Year in, year out. Okay, so let's talk about the effect of that on your bag. Let's talk about the effect of sticking to this vision that you have.
Yes,
it's
sir.
very easy for us to applaud you for constantly doing this, for using your voice, for using your platform to speak about issues in Nigeria. But let's talk about the bag. So, like you rightly said earlier, doing this, usually when you want to drop a body of work, you're always intentional about putting party tracks, because you know that the party tracks definitely bring more money than the one that that is the social conscious one, the one that
but the thing is, I feel like on the long run, I still make a whole lot of money. In fact, sometimes when you look at my catalog, I make more money from the old motherland than some party songs.
okay.
So sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's that way. But then again, when you want attention to a body of work, new one that is just dropping, you need to put some up-tempo kind of songs and something that's rainy kind of thing. But then again, I can never water down my
regardless of the money factor and all of that.
No, money factor. I can, by God's grace, let me not start bragging like all these people. God don't do and say they make money anyhow. You understand? We make money anyhow. We perform. I've always been a performer. Every year since 3 years ago now, we're doing a jungle story. It's a massive thing. It's not just it's a musical.
Yes, it is.
It's a musical. Nobody has done that before. No artist in Nigeria has done such a musical, and I must say, I beat my chest with that is one franchise that I hold dear to my heart, because I hope to tour the world with it. Because the big budget is not a small thing at all. It's a major big budget. So for me to be able to do that, I need some big bag.
Yes.
So yeah.
But shout out to you though. Your musical, the jungle story, like you said, even outside the music and still doing your musical and still being intentional about sticking to the story.
Still making movies.
Still
writing
sticking to the story and all of that.
Writing sitcoms. I'm a co-writer on Flatmates. People don't know that. Yeah, I do a lot of writing in the background. I write comedy.
So you're back becoming names, Sultan. You're back becoming
I never said it doesn't come in, but I don't brag about anything. I don't brag about anything, but there's so much more. I'm a co-owner of a basketball team, and I do a lot of other stuff, But the most important thing is the fact that once longevity is there, you can always use your brand to do many other stuff. So we thank God for the fans and everybody that's been supporting. Yeah.
Okay, we've been talking about issues in Nigeria and all of that. Let's move to the other things that you do. Let's move to your music. Let's move to your musical. Let's move to Flatmates or every other thing that you do. So tell us about it. When are we expecting, or when are we getting the next Jungle Story?
Corona didn't tell us. I had planned a major eventful year,
Okay.
Because of the 20-year celebration and everything. Yeah. The concert would have been just some sort of citation of everything.
Okay.
But then again, we will still push them. We will cancel this year now. So when 2021
the year cancelled itself. So 2021, another Jungle Story.
It might not be called Jungle Story, but just watch out for the musical.
Watch out for the musical. But we're definitely getting another musical from Sultan.
Let me see, by God's grace. Because
Ah!
that's what we talked about last year. Yes, now we'll get, of course, Jungle Story. No being with this.
No being
So, I don't want to say something, then I'll go at the top and I'll say another thing.
Say, okay, you said that, Abi. Don't worry. Don't worry, Sultan. I got you, boo boo. I got you. Okay, so moving on from the musical, let's talk about the songs that you dropped. You dropped 2 new songs.
Yes.
Fire, and
Naija Hood Rap.
Naija Hood Rap.
Yes.
So
Naija Hood Rap is a wetting the ground kind of thing.
For what? What's the next thing?
Yeah, like something I was telling you. I put my hand in so many honey pots.
Say it now. Let's know.
There's a reality TV show coming up.
What?
It's a big time one. It's called Naija Hood Rap. So, yes.
What's it about, please?
It's 21 people in the house. Your normal reality TV setting, but this time around you have to represent a certain hood. You must be known there. They must know you for something. Something worthy for transmission. Not just anything.
Okay.
But then again, you must, because I can't let the cat out of the bag, but there's so many things that you have to know about your hood and must be known.
How do you participate?
It's a Nevada Bridge TV production, and all you have to do is just go follow Nevada Bridge TV on Instagram. You get all the information there, Nevada Bridge TV, or you follow Naija Hood Rap on Instagram. You get all the information quickly. You can go to the app and get your registration on before it wears out, because of the pandemic and everything. We have to push, but definitely it's happening first quarter next year. So you still have time.
You still have time.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on from that, what about music? Are we getting another body of work after?
The plan was actually to drop 2 bodies of work this year.
You already give us one.
One to represent every decade, in the football age. But then again, I had to hold on because this, like for instance, we had like 7 months. We couldn't shoot videos, couldn't promote, couldn't go everywhere. So so we, like I said, we cancel. So when we cancel, that means the next year's album is going to be maybe in the middle of the year, so to say. But then again, this one has a lot of dope tracks that you have not even heard. I'm excited about this album. Trust me, I'm really excited.
Are you gonna give us the title? Sounds like that?
No, the next album. No, I mean this one that we just
okay.
People have not heard anything.
Yes, I think we need to
reintroduce. There's a song with me and Fowls the Bad Guy.
Yes,
it was like it was just for these old things that happened. And
COVID-19, of course.
We're gonna shoot the video pretty soon as well.
Sultan, I think you need to reintroduce your fans to this 8th Wonder. I think what
Yes,
you can do is act like it never dropped and probably redrop it.
Okay.
Or I don't know. Just do
we
something.
know that's why we are going everywhere now.
Yeah.
And virtually and also online. We might just do that.
Might just do that.
Yes,
We might
yes,
just do
yes,
that.
yes.
Okay, Sultan. So before you leave, in 20 years, in 30 years, what do you want us to remember Sultan as?
Well, as a very jolly good guy.
What do you want us to say when we talk about your music, what you did with your music and the impact that it had? Still having.
That have inspired a generation and a nation towards greatness. Yes.
Okay. So, of course, in 2020, a lot of things happened in Nigeria, and now we're clamoring for people that we can trust, people that we love, people that we can people that we feel like people that we can trust. Let me just use the word trust. We're clamoring that we see more of these people, be very interested and be a part of, politics in Nigeria. I want to see these people, in office. Do you think that is something you intend to do? Do you ever see yourself contesting for any political position in Nigeria?
I'm not wired like that. Like I always tell people, I'm not wired in that. I can't be a politician. I can't. My vantage point always would be, my desired vantage point would be from the masses, to see from the ground up. Yeah.
Okay, Sultan. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank
It was
you.
so nice having you. I definitely want to have this conversation with you again.
Thank
You should
you.
come back next year when you drop the next album or whatever it is you're doing. Always keep us updated.
Yes,
We got
sir.
you covered. Don't
Thank
forget to
you.
follow him on social media. That is at Sound.
Sultan. SOUNDSULTAN.
All right. Thank you so much, Sultan.
It's Melody. Melody on City 105.1.